The British involvement in the opium trade was a massive state-sponsored enterprise that fundamentally reshaped the global economy in the 19th century. It was driven by a trade imbalance. The British had a massive appetite for Chinese tea, but the Chinese had little interest in British manufactured goods. To bridge this silver gap, the British turned to opium. The heart of the operation was in India, specifically the regions of Bengal and Bihar. Under the British Raj, the opium department maintained a strict monopoly. Indian farmers were often coerced through high-interest loans and government contracts to grow poppies instead of essential food crops. The raw poppy juice was sent to massive government factories like the one in Ghazipur, where it was processed into standardized cakes and packed into chests made of mango wood. The British government did not sell the opium directly in China. Instead, they sold it at massive public auctions in Calcutta to private country ships, merchants who functioned as middlemen to provide the British government with plausible deniability. Selling opium in China was technically illegal under Qing law, so the British developed a sophisticated smuggling network. Since British ships weren't allowed to bring opium into the port of Canton, they anchored at receiving ships off Linton Island. Fast crabs and scrambling dragons were small, heavily armed Chinese smuggling boats. They would ferry the opium from the British ships to the mainland, bribing local officials along the way. Unlike other goods, opium was paid for exclusively in silver bullion. This reversed the flow of wealth. Instead of silver flowing into China for tea, it began flowing out to the British, crippling the Chinese economy. The scale of the sales was staggering. By the late 1830s, the British were exporting over 30,000 chests of opium annually to China. It is estimated that millions of Chinese citizens became addicted, affecting everyone from high-ranking officials to laborers. When Chinese Commissioner Lin Zexu finally cracked down in 1839, destroying over 20,000 chests of British opium, it triggered the First Opium War. The British victory led to the unequal treaties and the ceding of Hong Kong. The revenue from opium sales became a pillar of the British Indian budget, accounting for nearly 15% to 20% of total government income at its peak. Vast tracts of fertile land were diverted from grain to poppies, which many historians argue exacerbated the severity of local famines. India. Opium is grown and processed into chests. Calcutta. British government auctions, opium for silver. China. Private merchants smuggle opium in exchange for silver. Canton. Merchants use that silver to buy tea, silk and porcelain for the British market. This system creates